Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Heatherroseup. I am Heather. Before I get started on this week's update, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can continue to follow along on my weight loss journey. If you'd like to see how I did this week, keep watching.
It's absolutely beautiful out right now. It's like 60 degrees. I'm in a t-shirt and like thin capris, enjoying my coffee. And I just love, it's 7:45. I'm a little late getting my walk in. I'm gonna have to cut it short because my husband does have to go to work today, but it's worth it. I feel so at peace and love this time of day. It's very quiet. Anyway, it's a new week. Yesterday I did not update. I realized I tend to be a little long-winded and go on tangents. So I'm trying to work on making that so my videos won't be longer than 15 minutes because nobody got time for that. Anyway, so I ended yesterday on Monday with 6 weekly smart points. So I'm at 6 weeklies left over on a Tuesday morning. And I feel a little anxious again, but a little bit better than I did last week. I'm noticing that I eat a lot of my points for breakfast when I used to eat lighter for breakfast and heavier throughout the day. And I'm noticing that I just eat heavy throughout the day. So maybe if I go back to a lighter breakfast, because I'm not always that hungry in the morning, then maybe I'll be able to save my points for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna work on that this week, or at least today. If you didn't see last week's video up here, my goal was to go no further than -15. So I'm doing okay, I think. Yeah, I'm in better shape than I was last week. I'm chugging along, and I will check back in tomorrow to let you know how the rest of today goes.
Hi guys, happy Thursday. Sorry for the unflattering angle. I am in the parking lot at Aldi and there's literally people in their car next to me and in front of me, and this feels very awkward. Anyway, yesterday was a bit of a struggle. I did really well all day, and then last night I was in pain. I won't go into details. I'm okay. It's totally normal. Happens once a month. And I was very hangry, and I have been a lot this week. This week has been rough. Anyway, and I snacked and grazed. And I wasn't going to track it. But then I woke up this morning and said, no. My plan B of my goal was, part B of my goal last week was to at least track it all. So I'm at -11. My weekly smart points roll over again tomorrow. And I realized it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So I was having those unhelpful thoughts when if I had just tracked it as I went along, I would have realized, okay, I'm really not doing that bad. It is what it is. I was hungry, and you know, hopefully this week I'll be able to push myself a little bit more. I have no idea what the scale's going to say tomorrow, but yeah. So I did 2 daily updates this week, and I'm probably going to include the Oprah episode in this week's video. So keep watching, and I will, well, tomorrow, first of all, I will check in to let you know how my workshop goes and how weigh-in goes, and then I will record on Saturday for the Oprah episode. I will check back in tomorrow and let you know how the rest of today goes. Good morning and happy Friday. I'm getting ready to go to my workshop. Actually, I'm getting ready to weigh in first and then go to my workshop, or get ready. I haven't finished my coffee yet, excuse me. I have to weigh in, get ready for my workshop, and attend my workshop, and I will let you know how the rest of this week went, and we'll see how this goes. This is good as it's gonna get today. still Friday, and I went to my workshop this morning, and I'm really glad that I waited to talk more until after my workshop. I'm in a much better frame of mind than I was this morning, although I don't have any problem with sharing the good, the bad, the ugly, and the pretty. I'm very honest on my channel. I take pride in that because this channel, first and foremost, is for my own reflection. This is my journal, and if I'm not being honest, then I'm not helping myself. For those of you who are watching, maybe considering following WW or thinking that, you know, a success story is a perfect story, that's not the case either. So I want to be very transparent with my journey so that other people can say, okay, I'm going through that too. This is normal. So this week I had my cranky pants on, and they were a little tight. And before my workshop, I started thinking ahead. Before I even weighed in, I started thinking ahead of what my plan of attack was for next week. Monday is a very special day for my family. It's my children's last day of school. My son is in 4th grade and my daughter is in 8th grade. And in our town, elementary school stops at 4th grade. And then my daughter is graduating middle school at 8th grade. So both of them are graduating from their schools, and of course during this time it kind of stinks, and my heart goes out to the parents who have children who are seniors and graduating, because it just, you know, my kids are little, so they still have time to experience the graduation. So my heart goes out to those who have children who are graduating. Anyway, that was my tangent. So Monday we decided that we're gonna do a graduation celebration, just the 4 of us, and we had the kids pick out what foods they want, and of course they want me to grill ribs, which are not the most point friendly, and we're gonna make an ice cream cake out of 2 big cookies, and ice cream in the middle, and there's gonna be chips and soda, because we don't often have those foods in our house, and it's party food. So my thought process was either I'm not gonna track it that day, or I'm going to just honest track and not judge myself. That was my thought process before my workshop. Historically, when I go off or take a day off, I really struggle with coming back on the next day. And especially now when I'm really trying really hard just to honest track, first and foremost, I decided that I would track at the very least. So then I weighed in, and I weighed in at 193.8, which means I gained 1.6 pounds this week. Punch to the gut. Ugh. I will tell you how my goals went in just a second, but I want to talk about how the workshop went. Of course, that made me feel very defeated and frustrated, and that's kind of why I was like, this is as good as it's gonna get when I was getting ready. But I showed up to my workshop a little early and talked about my struggle and how I feel like currently I'm stuck between not wanting to push myself too far, because that will backfire, and then will end up with the all or nothing mindset. But then again, I also feel like I'm not pushing myself enough to get results. If I want change, I have to change. That's some sour medicine. So I mentioned that in my workshop, because I'm very vocal in my workshop and I talk about my baby steps, and my coach said, okay, so what about some toddler steps? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's not too scary. You know, you can still fall and pick yourself back up when you're toddler stepping, right? So throughout the workshop, I started to think about that. And again, the workshop topic was about planning your food. Just what I needed to hear. WW is good at that. So I started to think of ways. I said, all right, by the end of this workshop, I'm going to have a goal for next week that pertains to my toddler step, to push myself a little bit more, but it's something that I can still easily reach. Now, this week, I didn't really check in much this week. Again, I just wasn't feeling talking to anybody, not even myself. I did complete my 32-ounce water goal every single day this week. As far as my tracking went, my goal was to go no further than -15 in my weeklies. I went through this whole week not realizing that last Friday, my weeklies changed because I had lost weight last week. And I didn't even notice it until this morning when I went to check my weeklies, And I open up my app, I'm like, wait a second, first thing, you know, because today's the first day of my week, and I'm like, oh, 35 weeklies, I had 42 last time I knew. And then I input my weight increase, then it went back up to 42 weekly smart points. So all last week I was panicking, not realizing I already had 7 less than I did the week before. That's WW math for you, and I'm already terrible at math. So that was one positive part about inputting my weight increase this week, was that I noticed that I had an increase in weeklies again. And I did end the week yesterday at negative 14 weekly smart points. But all in all, last week I did accomplish my water goal and my tracking goal. My goals for next week. I'm going to continue with the honest tracking. That is the main goal from here on out. That's my baby step. But I want to try again to go no further than negative 15 weeklies. And considering I had an increase in weeklies because of my gain, that'll give me a little bit of a buffer for Monday's celebration. And my toddler goal to that is every day I'm going to pre-track. I used to do that all the time. I have the time to do it. There's no excuse not to. I find that I have the most success and I'm more mindful when I sit down in the morning and I track my day out. Somebody had mentioned in my workshop the suggestion of scheduling snacks. And that was like my, oh my goodness, I've shown you my charts. I'm a very chart-oriented, scheduled person. So if I might even set an alarm on my phone to say, okay, because now if I go to Grace, I'll say, oh, I have a couple, you know, I only have 20 more minutes until it's snack time. Can we say toddler step? Isn't that how you would feed a toddler? It's exactly how you would feed a toddler. So that is my toddler step, is to pre-track and schedule my snacks, which I have already done for today, and it's working out pretty well. And then I'm going to keep up with my water goal. I'm actually going to increase it because I have noticed that there were a couple of days that I needed more than the 32 ounces. So my goal is to do 1.5 of these, so 48 ounces every single day. So to recap, because I like to talk a lot and I ramble and it gets confusing at times, welcome to my brain, I say that often, is my tracking goal, which is like 3 parts. Honest tracking, no further than negative 15 in my weeklies, and pre-tracking every day, and 48 ounces every day. I will hopefully continue with my clarity time. I definitely didn't do that as much this week than I did last week, but that's not an official solid goal yet. I'm not gonna end this video here. Keep watching so I can share with you my second experience with Oprah's Your Life in Focus 2020 Vision Tour. Good morning, happy Oprah Day.
That's the whole point too, is that when you feel good in yourself, that's an example for the people around you and permission that they can also feel completely expressed. I love it.
Well done, you. Well done.
So I just completed the Oprah's Your Life in Focus Vision Tour for WW, and I was in the studio audience, and it was awesome. I'm sad that it's over and this was the finale. It was a great finale, a lot of strong topics, a lot of great speakers, and it really helped me focus on my why again, which I think I'm gonna do a video explaining my why. And it really helped me reach down into, it's funny because they talked about baby steps and how that's, you know, you just got to take things one day at a time, one step at a time, and we had to write down what we commit to. And I am committing to trusting the program and to tracking. I may not have perfect days. I know I won't have perfect days, but I will work on my progress and commit to doing the best that I can with tracking. I hope you found this video helpful. If you found this video helpful in any way, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here again, welcome. I hope you stick around to follow my journey. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comment section below or shoot me an email. I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Well, that's a lot of lemon.